Coach, questions? Did you like the way you guys responded in overtime this time compared to Southern Utah?
I thought compared to where we were a couple weeks ago, where we lost a game like this by 20, to be able to rebound and bounce back. Well, not rebound, but to be able to find a way to bounce back and win a game like this when adversity smacked us in the face. I'll tell you what, I give our bench a ton of credit for coming out when they got the momentum. Our bench was the one I thought that came in and turned it around. Samari, Thor, Mate, Kevin, I thought those guys did a great job of giving the momentum back to us. We found something with Kevin on their switches to just simple drag, throw back, and get him in the post, and he got the lid off the basket for us. Thor hit a couple big threes, and then starters came back in, and I thought did a solid job. I thought Thor was as good as any player on the floor tonight for us, and did a great job of going out there and just doing a lot of little things, getting deflections. Defending, being in the right position, rebounding, tapping that ball got deflected. He tapped it to Cam. That was a huge play. And then Gervais obviously was phenomenal. He was the one that really went down, got in a stance, and did a really good job on Bradford when he couldn't miss. And then hitting those 2 threes is huge for Gervais' confidence.
When you say like this compared to yesterday, what do you mean by that?
Well, when adversity hit us, I thought we responded so much better this time around. And last time, I think we got down 4 or 6, and it got to 15 or 18 right away. When they caught fire, those guys were hitting shots all over the place on us, but we found a way. We tried to throw a little zone at them. That didn't work, and Gervais was the one that really, we just said stick with them, don't help, don't switch, and you did a really good job, I thought, contesting. But not very often you give up 25 offensive rebounds and miss 18 free throws and win a game. But give our guys credit for finding a way. Certainly better to win, to learn from a win than a loss.
Is it physicality?
I thought they were more physical than us, and especially in the first half. They were getting all the loose balls, and we track it. We track the 50-50 balls, and they were the first to the floor on a lot of those. And you got to go out there and establish that early. That just breeds confidence. And I think we got up 11. Mate was great to see the ball go in the basket for Mate tonight, but they got right back into it, and a lot of that had to do with loose balls and rebounds. And 25, that's obviously way too many. You're not going to win many games when that happens. Got to find a way to do it with 5. We talked about it from the very first day we met, that rebounding was going to be an issue for our group, but you got to find a way to compete better than we did tonight on the glass.
Were you doing anything to get Cam kind of going in that second half, or was that just him making plays?
A lot of it was, again, we just really simplified it and tried to get the ball in his hands. And, when they switched to small guy, we went inside early on. We were trying to attack their big, and our spacing wasn't great. We weren't getting the ball in the slot. We weren't getting the floor balanced, and our big wasn't getting his heels on the baseline. So second half, we, especially when we put Kevin in there, we tried to throw back, throw it into him, and go with the mismatch inside. And that's really what I thought got us going. And then it was great to see Ivan have some big plays in there to finish at the basket and help finish the game. And, Ivan, besides Samari, I guess percentage-wise, was our best free throw shooter tonight.
With what Bradford was doing off ball, it seemed like Gervais had to put a ton of energy into the defensive end. What does it say about him and how he's kind of grown his conditioning and everything like that he was able to have the offensive game he did?
Yeah, Gervais he's a guy that can play all day. He's just got, I wouldn't like that. But Gervais is a guy that can just go out there and compete at a high level. He's always, whether he's making shots or not, he's always going to impact the game because of his defensive pressure and his defensive intensity. Hanif, I thought, did a great job last game against Douglas Wilson with South Dakota State, who's had a big game last night against Arizona. But the best matchup for us was Gervais tonight on Bradford, and just. Again, something we can learn from with this group, but we closed out with our hand down to a kid that had 27 points a couple times. It's just it's inexcusable. You can't do that. But again, I give our guys credit for finding a way to win a hard-fought game. I was nervous going into this one. I knew how hard that team played. I could see it. They have transfers that have played at a higher level, and I think this is a team that's going to have a great chance of winning their league. So again, good win for us, and hopefully we come out and play well. Travel day tomorrow, get a good practice, and hopefully play well on Monday. Yeah, he's fine. With this team, again, it's going to be different guys on different nights. I thought Burke, played well. He played solid, but I couldn't take Thor off the floor. And with those other guys out there defending the way they were, that's the lineup we went with, and that's just the way that the rotation worked tonight.
Free throws, is it
mental? Is it because obviously you guys practice and Gervais said you guys do quite often. I mean, you guys shoot well from three. Like, how do you kind of explain that?
It's mental. Yeah.
That last few minutes of the game, the team was taking mostly just closely contested shots at the rim. Was that by design over open threes?
Well, yeah, and again, a lot of that was just the way that they were playing us and trying to take what the defense gives us. And, we were slipping out of the ball screen because of their switch, and again, either throwing it back and throwing it in, or, Cam penetrated past his man on a switch and kicked out to Gervais, and that's where he hit those two open threes. But yeah, it started with Kevin. We went inside to him, and that's really what opened up the paint for us. And then they had to switch their defense up, and again, that's where Gervais got those two open corner threes.
You guys shot 30% better from three than your average. Do you attribute this to some kind of systemic change or just shot small?
Well, a big part of it, we've been shooting a ton, not that we didn't before, but, we've been spending the first hour of our practice shooting and competitive shooting drills. And, I guess we'll have to do some competitive free throw drills now. But, the competitiveness, I think, helps. Those guys, there's consequences to the team that loses. But again, when Mate goes out there and hits three of them, I think he was 3 of 4 in the first half. Thor goes in there, knocks down a couple. Gervais hit 2 right off the bat. It's contagious. Whether you're shooting threes or free throws, I honestly feel that it's contagious. And if you knock down the first couple, you have a tendency of shooting a pretty good percentage over the course of the game.
When you see Cam kind of embarrass the player and then point at him during the game, what goes through your mind? Do you hate to see it? Do you like to see it?
Oh, I didn't even see it. I'll have to take a look at it.
It looks like they, as a team, just when things are going, have a lot of fun out there. What's the personality of this team?
It is, and I'll say this: the way that our team, I could see it in the huddle that they were engaged. In the game a couple weeks ago, I could see heads down and not pouting per se, but hunched over shoulders. Tonight, those guys were engaged and they kept going and they kept fighting and they kept battling. And that's growth. That's growth for our group. And if we can continue to do that, and again find a way to battle on the boards and make a free throw here and there, we're gonna have a chance. But he scored 93 points and he missed 18 free throws. So we did a lot of good things tonight. But rebounding is a huge concern and a huge area that we need to get better. Thanks, guys.